Okay, because we came with the street outfit, street style today. We see you with the layers. Okay, we see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I know I look good. Y'all don't gotta know it. But anyways, welcome to the Barbie Life 2.0 podcast. I'm your host Shakira, aka Barbie 2.0, and today we are going to be talking about something that I saw online this week because I peeped it and not that many people caught on to what was going on, but I wanted to address it on here because it was like, girl, okay? But before I start this video, I just want to say, okay, some of y'all are going to be in my comments and you're going to be like, oh my God, you're reaching. It's not that deep. That's not what it was. Oh my gosh, you're taking it too far. You're reaching. And one thing y'all got to learn about me and my page is a lot of the time, I'm going to call shit out before it becomes obvious, okay? I'm one of those people who peep shit before everybody else does, okay? You know when you overthink about something and everybody's like, oh my gosh, you're tripping. But then a few months later, it turns out that you were right. Yeah, this is one of them things. So before y'all count me out, just listen to what I have to say, okay? So anyways, there's a reality TV show called Impact New York that released their first episode this week, okay? And for those who are unaware, Impact New York is an extension of Impact ATL. And this is a reality TV show where they bring on influencers and they basically have them become reality TV stars and have them show their life to the public, okay? So on Impact ATL, we had stars like Ari Fletcher and Jada Waiter and Arrogant Tay and Tucson and Destior. And on Impact New York, we have a new set of influencers, which include Dream Doll and Chinese Kitty and Cleotrapa and Bella, which is a Boogie's baby mom, and Melanie Cruz, okay? So on their first episode, Chinese Kitty went in her confessionals and she started speaking on Cleotrapa. And she straight up said, Cleotrapa is not an it girl, okay? She's only an it girl because she's friends with Ice Spice. And not only did she say that, but she also started picking on Cleotrapa and trying to start an argument with her because Cleotrapa had a disagreement with a hairstylist that Chinese Kitty is friends with. And Cleotrapa checked her right then and there because she was like, girl, that has nothing to do with you. And at the end of the day, I hired a hairstylist to do a job and he didn't do it correctly. So I had to call him out on it. It is what it is. And that was very understandable. I mean, if you hire somebody to do a job and they don't do it right, you have the right to call them out on it. Okay. And it was really, really funny for me to watch this because it was like watching another episode of my life just replay. Okay. Because it was clear that Chinese Kitty does not fuck with dark-skinned women. And she's one of those light-skinned girls that believes that because she has a BBL and light skin, she's above dark-skinned women who have natural bodies or dark-skinned women in general, okay? And before y'all start with the, oh my God, you're reaching, how is this colorism, da 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 da, listen to me, okay? Chinese Kitty literally said right out her mouth that Cleotrapa is not an it girl, okay? And my question to y'all is, what makes Cleotrapa less of an it girl than Chinese Kitty? What makes her less of an it girl? For real, because she has a platform the same way Chinese Kitty does. She got on the reality TV show the same way Chinese Kitty did. They're both social media moguls. So what makes Cleotrapa less of an it girl? Oh, right. You see, Chinese Kitty thought that she was less of an it girl because Cleotrapa doesn't have a BBL and she doesn't have that rapper baby mom aesthetic. That's why she thought she was less of an it girl. It doesn't matter that Cleotrapa built a platform. It doesn't matter that Cleotrapa had the same opportunity as Chinese Kitty because Chinese Kitty is a colorist woman who believes that she's above dark-skinned women no matter what. So she automatically assumed that Cleotrapa was beneath her because Cleotrapa has dark skin and a natural body. And she believes that an it girl is the typical BBL surgical IG baddie. And because Cleotrapa doesn't fit that description, she automatically started picking on her and saying that she wasn't an it girl. And when you look at it like this, right? There was a whole bunch of light-skinned women in the room. And Cleotrapa was the only dark-skinned girl. And she chose her to pick on out of everybody. Okay? Imagine we were watching a reality TV show and it was a room full of white girls. Okay? And one white girl started picking on the only black girl in the room for no reason. Wouldn't y'all assume that white girl's racist? Because why you got all the smoke for the only black girl in the room, but you don't have no smoke for any of the white girls in the room? You don't want to start no problems or even start any trouble with any of the white girls in the room, but you want to start problems with the only black girl in the room. It's the same thing with colorism. Cleotrapa was the only dark-skinned girl in the room who did not have a BBL. So she felt like Cleotrapa was an easy target and she was somebody that she could pick on because Chinese Kitty genuinely deep down feels like Cleotrapa is beneath her because Cleotrapa doesn't fit that IG baddie surgical aesthetic. Okay? And my thing is, Chinese Kitty girl, please, okay? Because first of all, half the world doesn't even know who the fuck you are. And the other half of the world that does know who you are only knows you because you sell ass on Instagram. Okay? Whole time, you're supposed to be a rapper. Okay? And we didn't even know that you were a rapper. We haven't heard any of your songs. We're not checking for them either, by the way. Okay? So it's like, girl, you supposed to be a rapper and you have a whole rap career that's non-existent. Okay? And all you do is sell ass online because the music doesn't sell. Okay? So you need to humble yourself right then and there because Cleotrapa has been a rapper for 5 minutes and she's already reaching more success than you, and you've been rapping for 5 to 10 years. So girl, humble yourself. Okay? But you see, this is why I say that y'all gotta open your eyes up a little bit and realize that colorism is not always blatant, okay? Chinese Kitty didn't have to go up and say, oh my God, you know, Cleotrapa, she's a black ass, ugly ass monkey, for us to peep that she's colorist, okay? Colorists are not always direct about their colorism. Sometimes they're indirect about it, okay? Sometimes they will do indirect shit that is very shady towards dark-skinned women, and they'll say backhanded compliments or backhanded things to shade dark-skinned women. And they won't directly say, I hate dark-skinned women, but they'll show signs that they don't fuck with us, okay? And it was clear that Chinese Kitty does not fuck with dark-skinned women, okay? Because you literally felt like Cleotrapa was beneath you when she literally got the same opportunity as you to be on the reality TV show, and she's a social media mogul just like you. And not only that, but you reduced her to being Ice Spice's best friend when we knew Cleotrapa before we knew Ice Spice, okay? Cleotrapa has been a social media mogul for years, okay? We've known her for having a very lively personality and being very comical online, okay? But the problem is Chinese Kitty feels jealous, okay? And this is what a lot of light-skinned women do. When they see dark-skinned women reach the same success as them without having to do too much, they feel away and they feel confused. And Chinese Kitty, she felt confused because she was sitting there like, how come this dark-skinned girl with no BBL got the same opportunity as me? How come this dark-skinned girl with no BBL has the same clout as me or has more love online than I do? I thought my light skin privilege and my BBL would make me the best in the room. How come she actually shines brighter than me? That's what was going through her head. And you see, that's what a lot of these light-skinned BBL girls think in their head. A lot of them believe that they're above natural women and they're above dark-skinned women. And they believe that their light skin and their BBL automatically makes them top tier, and they look down on women who don't have those things. And she was looking down on Cleotrapa, and she felt like she was an easy target to pick on because of that. Because she looked down on her and she seen herself as above Cleotrapa just because she has light skin and a BBL. Okay? And honestly, I hope Cleotrapa stands her ground on this show, because what I see for her is big things. And I see a lot of these women on this show being jealous and picking on her because she's the only girl on that show, besides Melanie Cruz, she's the only girl on that show who did not have to sell ass or have a rich baby dad to be famous. Okay? She built her platform from the ground up. Just from being a personality already. She never has to post her ass, and she doesn't need a rich baby dad to get put on. Okay? But people like Chinese Kitty, she needs a BBL. She needs a rich baby dad to be famous and have attention. Okay? And that's the difference. Okay? And Chinese Kitty, you need to humble yourself, because if you need a BBL to consider yourself an it girl, you're not an it girl. If you need to use your light skin as a reason to why you're attractive, you're not really attractive. Okay? So, you light-skinned women with BBLs, y'all need to cool it. Because a lot of y'all need to humble yourselves. And a lot of y'all need to realize that you only have hype because you have a lot of ass and because you have light skin. But without that light skin and that BBL, baby girl, you're nothing. Okay? And Chinese Kitty, you are nothing. And even after this show, you still will be nothing. And Cleotrapa is going to come out on top. She's going to come out being the most loved on this show, and you're going to stay mad. And you're going to be confused, because you're going to be like, damn, how come this dark-skinned girl with no BBL gets more love than me online? Oh my God. You see, Chinese Kitty, she's most definitely one of those light-skinned girls who believe that she's above dark-skinned women. She's definitely one of those light-skinned girls who sit up here and be like, oh my God, dark-skinned girls are jealous of me because I'm beautiful and I'm light-skinned. Yeah, she's one of those girls. So it was very obvious to me that she don't fuck with dark-skinned women in this episode. And it was obvious that she was trying to find anything to pick on Cleotrapa for, because she saw her as an easy target. And she looked down on Cleotrapa just because Cleotrapa is a dark-skinned girl with no BBL. Okay? Because real shit, like, what else in her mind would make her believe that Cleotrapa is not a it girl? For real. I mean, if she has a platform the same way Chinese Kitty does, and they got the same opportunity as each other, then what makes her believe that Cleotrapa is not an it girl? The only thing that comes to mind is she doesn't fit that IG baddie light-skinned BBL aesthetic. It's as simple as that. And she didn't have to directly say it, but it was obvious that that's how she truly feels. She feels like it girls have to fit a certain description. And for that description to be it girl title, you need to be light skinned and you have to have a BBL. And if you don't have that, you're not considered an it girl in her eyes. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because I peeped the colorism, and I peeped it, and I peeped that Chinese Kitty don't like dark-skinned women like that. And it was very obvious, and a lot of people didn't catch on. But here I am catching on and telling y'all about it, because one thing about me, I peep colorism like a thief in the night. Like, I swear to God, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done lived this shit, okay? I've met Chinese kitties before in my life who felt like I was automatically below them or beneath them just because they were light-skinned. Okay? And they would say stuff like, oh, Shakira's not a it girl, or, well, Shakira's not all that, or she's not all this. And it's like, girl, you're literally a basic ass light-skinned woman with a big ass. Like, you don't even have a cute face. You don't know how to dress, and you don't have no influence at all. You have no personality or nothing. Yeah, I'm all that. I'm dark-skinned and all that. And what? No bars, bitch. Yeah. I'm dark-skinned and stuck up. And you're mad? You're mad because a dark-skinned girl got more attention than you? Okay. And Chinese Kitty, we gonna see that shit later on. Because when Cleotrapa starts getting more love from fans, and when she starts getting more attention, we're gonna see what we call the light skin privilege crash out. Okay? I like to call it the light skin privilege crash out. It's when a light skinned girl starts seeing a dark skinned girl get more success than her, and she starts crashing out because she realizes that her light skin privilege was not going to make her above a dark skinned girl at the end of the day. And she's going to start seeing that at some point. Because when Cleotrapa comes out on top, she's going to realize that light skin privilege did not make her above Cleotrapa. And that light skin privilege in that BBL did not make her a fan favorite over Cleotrapa. And she's going to crash out. She's going to crash out. She's going to start throwing tantrums. She's going to start saying a lot of colorist shit. Watch. Okay, I'm calling it right now. Okay? But this is just for y'all to understand that y'all gotta peep colorism with your eyes wide open, because sometimes it's not always direct, okay? Sometimes they will do shit like Chinese Kitty where they do it indirectly and subtly, and they'll show signs that they don't fuck with dark-skinned women, but they're not gonna say it directly, but you know, okay? But that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see. Oh, by the way, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Shakira, aka Barbie 2.0, and I talk about colorism, texturism, and featureism on my page. So if you like me and my commentary, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys very soon, and I love you guys. Peace.